On this episode of On the Mic with Mike and Moose.
Did you were there any movies based around video games that you like? Based on a video game or based around video games?
Resident Evil.
No.
Um,
Do you remember the Super Mario 3 movie that was made just for Super Mario, like just to market Super Mario 3 to kids? The Wizard,
yes.
the Wizard. And
Yep.
start Fred Savage in
That
it.
that's one of my favorite movies. California. Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
so
love
bad. You
that.
watch it as an adult and it's like, man, this is nothing but a
But
hour
back
and a half.
then, though, back
Yeah.
then, that was it.
Do you What's up, everybody? It's your boy Moose coming to you from just outside of Birmingham, Alabama.
And it's your boy Mike coming all the way from Moore, Oklahoma, the tornado capital of the world.
Mike, Mike,
Yes.
all-time favorite video game.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, the original,
Yes. Yes. Get over here.
where you had to put the blood code in.
Yep.
The
Yep.
blood.
Whoopsie. Remember the guy that came
It
up
was
from the
no,
bottom?
it was Toasty,
Whoopsie.
Toasty, Toasty, Toasty.
Oh, I thought you said whoopsie. It was
It's Toasty.
toasty all the time.
It's
Oh,
Toasty,
wow.
yeah, because you could. It was playing off of Scorpion's fire breathing.
Ah,
Toasty.
I never. Here's the deal. That's what 8-bit and 16-bit gets for you when you're trying to hear sound right.
I think that was Ed Boone that did that. That was him that did that because it was Boone and Tobias were the two guys that made that. But anyway, um,
How about
mine
you?
mine is between one or two. They're both in the same franchise,
Yep.
but I'm gonna have to go with the 16-bit version.
Okay.
The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Ah, that's one of the best.
That's probably my favorite, and probably the second favorite is Ocarina of Time on the
Yes.
N64. So,
That that was one of the most challenging games that before the new Zeldas came out. The Ocarina of Time. Whoa. I remember, because it made you think. You had to use your reasoning skills to look around the room to make sure what am I
mhm.
missing,
Uh,
and I loved it. It was one of my favorites, and I loved
but
that you could go fishing. That was one of my favorites.
well, Link to the Past is my favorite. It's one of those ones where today, I beat the game so many times that if I went and pulled, I got my N64, my Super Nintendo still works.
Yeah,
I could go pull my Super Nintendo right now, and I could probably beat that game in probably an hour and a half.
wow.
I mean, because I know how to do it.
You,
But the first time I remember the first time that I was learning about what I needed to do, I was getting hints from Nintendo Power.
I had a subscription. I did. Now I
So,
was never allowed to call the phone because of how much it cost. That
right.
was a lot of people don't remember 1-900 numbers. 1-800. But
Mm.
in our day, we had what was called 1-900, where you would have to pay per minute, and it was not
They
cheap.
were either they were either good for stuff like that or they were late night calls.
Yes, yes, those were not good. No, no, not at all.
But
Hey,
now,
fun fact for you about Legend of Zelda: Robin Williams. You
named
know
his
his
daughter.
daughter's names,
Yeah,
and it was because of how much he loved the video game.
he was. I think he was also a fan of F. Scott Fitzgerald too. Played a
Yep,
role in that because
yep,
Zelda Fitzgerald was a kind of a combination. But yeah, I've heard that
yep,
before.
yep.
Um, but yeah, so I remember video games, and you're a little bit older than I am, so you might have had like I don't know if you had Pong or
I
ColecoVision
did.
or
I did have Pong. I
no,
I had
we had an Atari 2600.
so. Did you ever play in television?
No, I never played in television.
So in television was the big rival to Atari. And
Hmm.
so Atari was the joystick that was with the red
Hmm.
button and everything. But in television had the little scrolling ball with the numbers on it. It looked like a
Right,
phone.
right.
So a lot of it looked the same. You just had different playing on it. If I go back to that, Pitfall was one of my
Hmm.
favorites.
Yeah,
Um,
I played Pitfall on Atari. I played
yep.
baseball on Atari.
baseball. When the ball goes in the air, you're like, is it ever going to come down? Or when you're throwing it in from the outfield, you could go make you a sandwich. Seriously, as the ball is coming in from the outfield to the infield, because you have to understand the processing time. That's
Mm-hmm.
what the problem was. It wasn't like today, like that. But Pitfall, another fun fact for you. Do you know who was on one of the original Pitfall commercials?
No.
Jack Black. Jack Black was.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jack Black, if you can look it up on YouTube or whatever, but that's like he was a kid in
Mm-hmm.
Pitfall. That was a cool thing. But now when you
Frogger.
were
Frogger was another
Frogger,
one.
Frogger, were you good at
Um,
Pac-Man?
yeah,
I was. That was my
that was your
jam, bro.
game. That was your jam.
I could
Yeah.
I could do that. The reason why I liked Miss Pac-Man, there's only one reason, because she moved faster than Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You could do the same thing, and then Pac-Man Jr. came out, and then I remember Mario Brothers, not Super Mario
Mm-hmm.
Brothers,
Were you
but
in the?
Mario
Were you
Brothers
in the?
before the Super one came out.
Yeah, I played
And,
Mario Bros. Before.
and then I remember the Nintendo came out, but a lot of people don't remember this. A lot of people remember the Sega Genesis, but they don't remember the Sega before the Genesis. So that you had your Nintendo and you had your Sega, and they had a lot of the same games on there.
Mm-hmm.
And but I remember I got my first Nintendo, and y'all, wow. Oh, I feel very old right now. Here we go. 41 years ago. Wow.
1985.
Yes, wow. Wow. I think I'm
I,
gonna go cry.
I bet
Oh, it
you.
happened to you.
Yeah, it happened to me again. I bet you. I bet you played Kung Fu, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
I play Kung Fu. Kung Fu was one of my favorites, but you would just get in there, and it was one of my, yeah.
But everybody. I felt like I got the Nintendo after everybody else did.
Oh yeah.
Now I said, now I go back to thinking about it. I mean, I was in second grade, so it wasn't like I was,
Oh yeah.
not young. I mean, I was young when I got it, but I remember playing Ninja Turtles. That was one of the ones I enjoyed playing, even though you couldn't beat it.
The first
Um,
one, yeah, not the second one. Now the second one was one of the most enjoyable games you could ever play, but that first one, that was whoever made that game.
mm, it was
They,
Konami, wasn't it?
yeah,
I think.
yeah, it was them. And the if you remember the setting, defusing the bombs was one of the
Mhm.
hardest
Yeah.
hot
Well,
spots
because
right there.
you're going to get shocked no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yep.
But yes, and then I remember I had that from second grade, and I didn't have anything until I was my 13th birthday, I think. No,
Yep.
no, it was a Christmas after my 13th birthday. Um, and I wanted Mortal Kombat 2,
Oh yeah.
and I wanted a Super Nintendo, and I got it. And I just remember being so psyched about it. And so that's where I started playing Legend of Zelda, the Link to the Past.
Yep.
I had what else did I
Super
have?
Metroid was good too. I love Metroid, and I love Super Metroid. Super Metroid was good. And do you remember the original Game Boy, the black and white one, where you had to have a light to
Yeah, we
play it
talked
at
about
night?
that. We talked about that a
Oh yeah, we did
couple.
before.
Yeah,
That Metroid was one of my favorites too. That was one of the best ones. Um, I
I
love it.
can't remember some of the other stuff that I had on my Super Nintendo. I didn't have a lot of games,
RBI,
mainly
did you have
fighting games.
RBI?
Now I played RBI on the regular Nintendo because it had the two teams that year. The big teams were Minnesota and St.
Yeah.
Louis because that was '87 World Series.
On
I loved Bases Loaded for the Nintendo, and I had Super Bases Loaded, but it wasn't as good as the
Yes,
original.
one of the best games of all time. Both of them, Tecmo Bowl and Super
Mhm.
Tecmo Bowl.
And I had that on Nintendo. Actually, I have one of those game sticks at the house I got off TikTok Shop, and it's got Tecmo Bowl on and Super Tecmo Bowl on it. So anytime I want to be Bo Jackson, I can be Bo Jackson. So,
Yeah.
but then that was the last console that I didn't buy until I was a good adult. I bought my N64
Oh yeah.
and that's why I played Ocarina of Time. Was big on that. I played Majora's Mask. That was hard to play. That was the harder of the two. Of course, the Mortal Kombat's, and then I loved the South Park game. That was
Oh wow, yeah, that one. Yeah.
that was fun as
The
well.
Simpsons one was good as well.
So I don't know. I guess I was more of a fighting gamer until I remember buying an Xbox when I was in college. It was so funny. Kids these days don't realize my dad had a big screen TV, but it was 4 foot in depth or 3 foot in depth,
Yeah.
and because it was a projection TV. And he came home one day, and I had hooked my Xbox up to that TV, and he had it come apart because he was afraid I was going to burn out his bulb or burn something on the screen of his big screen TV that he had. It cost him like $3,000,
Yeah.
and that's when I started playing more sports. That's when I started getting into like NCAA and RBI baseball or MVP baseball, EA Sports. Um, but we talked about my favorite game of all time. My second favorite game of all time, I probably have a tie.
Yep.
I played, and this is on my Xbox 360. Right, yeah, three. So I've had three Xboxes. My Xbox 360 was Batman Arkham City.
Yep.
That's one of them, and the other one is Assassin's Creed Valhalla
Yep.
because
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
I love Viking stuff, and so it's funny because I actually learned so much about the geography of Great Britain because of that game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I played a little bit of it. I didn't. My son had it, so it's a good game. For Super Nintendo, one of my favorites was NBA Jam.
Yeah,
Boom
that's on my little game
shakalaka
stick too.
laka.
That's on my game. Yeah, that's on my game stick too. He's on fire.
He's on fire. Yep.
Remember you couldn't play as Michael Jordan.
Nope. Nope.
It was Scottie Pippen and somebody else.
Yep. Yep.
Let me ask you, do you remember this? All the baseball games, like MVP baseball for EA Sports. Do you remember there not being Barry Bonds?
Yep.
You know why?
Why?
He wasn't a member of the Players Association,
Ah,
and that
wow.
was endorsed by the Players Association. So you had to be a member of the play. They had some like, you know, Jack White was the guy, and he looked just
Yep.
like him, except he was white, and he had all the attributes, but he never actually there. It's kind of like how NCAA football used to be.
Yep. There was a game, it was on the Game Boy called Bo Jackson Knows,
Hmm.
Bo Knows, and you could pick between Bo playing football or baseball.
Oh
And
well,
that was fun. Skate or Die was a good game back then. Skate or Die.
I played that on Nintendo. I
Yep.
was I remember getting blisters playing that game
Skate or Die, yeah. Because
because
you had to put,
you had to yeah
now
or
were you a Tony Hawk fan at all? I love
no
Tony Hawk.
no.
I love Tony Hawk was one of my favorites. And I would play that one. And I would play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the old ones.
Hmm.
Where Terminal was one of the maps. Then after that, it got a little silly and a little
I played
much.
Call of Duty on when they stormed the beaches of Normandy.
That was one of the best games ever.
It was hard, but I
It
played it.
was hard. Yep. Those games were good. My favorite, like, if I were to break down because in Modern Warfare you can pick the different battles or the games,
Hmm.
is the gun game. Basically, you start off with a knife and you got to take care of someone, then you get a handgun. You take care of someone, then you get a shotgun. You take care of someone, and you keep on going up until you get to the optimal gun, and that was always fun.
Did you were there any movies based around video games that you like? Based on a video game or based around video games?
Resident Evil.
No.
Um,
Do you remember the Super Mario 3 movie that was made just for Super Mario, like just to market Super Mario 3 to kids?
yes.
The Wizard. It
Yep.
starred Fred Savage in
That
it.
That's one of my favorite movies. California. Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
so
love
bad. You
that.
watch it as an adult, and it's like, man, this is nothing but a
But
hour
back
and a half.
then, though, back
Yeah.
then, that was it.
Do you remember what it introduced?
Super Mario Brothers
But you
3.
know what else it introduced? One of the things that it really focused on, I want to say, was the Power Glove.
Yes, it did. Because remember the one boy and he broke it out and he had it
Mhm.
in the case. And I watched The Wizard. I bought it 2 or 3 years ago and watched it again. And it was one of the first these displays of honestly the spectrum in a movie.
Mhm.
Someone
Yeah,
being on the
right, right.
spectrum. And because back then we really didn't understand the spectrum.
Mhm.
You know, you
He was
you,
like,
you
he
didn't
had Asperger's or something like that. He was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
high functioning.
Yeah, and but nobody they would have classified them in our generation with the R word. The R word covered the gamut of so many different things, you know.
Mhm.
But that's your first display. And Rain Man. We're not going that direction, but Rain Man, Dustin Hoffman was another one. But no, do you remember the Super Mario Brothers movie though? That was horrific.
Yeah,
That was
Bob
that was
Hoskins,
bad.
Bob
But
Hoskins, and John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper.
do you remember the original Super Mario Brothers cartoon where it had the live action chubby
Cap,
guy? Was
the
that Captain
chubby
Lou?
guy,
Was that
chubby
Captain
guy.
Lou? Was
Yes,
that
it's
Captain Lou?
Captain Lou
Yeah.
Alabama.
Mhm.
The chubby guy. Come on now. We've had a whole thing on wrestling, professional wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
and I haven't really I watched some of it and finished it, but the Tron series,
Yep.
and there was another one. What was the name of that movie? And it came out in the early '80s. Starfighter, the last
Oh yeah.
Starfighter,
Yes. Did
and
you like
then
Star Fox?
never really played it. I mean, I know what it is, never played it. And then there was another one that came out. Oh, War Games. That's really a
Yeah.
video game because it's computers and playing tic tac toe and everything like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of adaptations of movies of games that have been out there. You know, Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, like you said. Then they do a World of Warcraft movie. Never
Yep.
got into that kind of stuff, but the Assassin's Creed movie,
I never saw it.
yeah. There haven't been really too many good movies based off of real games, but I feel like Tron is kind of like set the bar real high. And if you've never seen it, the original Tron, and then
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tron Legacy, and then they just came out with Tron Ares last year.
No,
Um,
I didn't play War of Warcraft, but I did play Spacecraft, which is the same family, Blizzard, and it was amazing. And I played the humanoids. I played the little Zerg, I think they were called. They were like the organism ones, and then the Protoss was the
mhm.
other. Yeah, see, it's all coming back to me now. That was one of the best games that was on a PC back then, and I loved it. It was a good game.
So I would say this: things I never thought I'd see as a kid. Esports. My daughter's on her esports team at school.
Yep.
She plays. She has a jersey and everything. It is a sanctioned sport by the Alabama High School Athletic Association. She plays Super Smash Brothers and Princess
Oh
Peach.
wow.
So never thought I'd see that. And then I never thought I'd see video games evolve into virtual reality to where now they're using it to train surgeons and things like that,
Oh yeah.
to do medical procedures on how to, kind of like the sim labs type deal. So I think that's really cool. I think people thought video games when they first came out were kind of just a fad, especially home video games, because, the arcades were so big in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you remember Virtual Cowboy?
no.
It was a basically it was a hologram,
Hmm.
and it was people who filmed it, and it was kind of like Dragon Quest, the
Hmm.
cartoon where you weren't playing it, but you were like pressing the buttons to make
Hmm.
them do whatever it was, and you would press it fast enough, and it
All
take
right.
care of them that way.
So I never would have guessed video games would be what they were, especially you know, people thinking they were fads. And
Yep.
I can think of non movies, non video game centric movies where video games played a big part. I
Hmm.
think that the arcade and Karate Kids, they go there multiple times.
They do.
There's other movies where video games play a role in it, but they're not the central focus. And I don't know. I love video games. I wish I had more time to play them.
Oh yeah.
Now Assassin's Creed Valhalla I beat and I got everything on it, and so but that was I played 160 hours I think on that game is what it said,
Wow.
and that
You
was
can
like
go back and play it.
I probably will at some point, but not anytime soon.
Oh yeah.
Um, I want to play the one where you're the new ninja. They got one based in Japan now.
Yeah.
So
I remember Neshobi. I think that's how you said it. It was, is that the name of it? I'm trying to remember. What was the name of that first ninja one on the Nintendo? I think
Ninja
that was,
Gaiden, Ninja
no,
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
Or as they said on the Wizard, Ninja Gaiden.
yeah,
That one guy, he was just like, and we're now playing Ninja Gaiden.
yeah.
It was just
So
too much. He was just way too much. Wasn't Emilio Estevez in, he was in that. He was the older brother.
I don't
Yep.
know.
Yep. Oh, Emilio.
I don't know. I've only had seen it in a long time.
Fun fact for you. Emilio Estevez's father is Martin Sheen, but his real name is not Sheen. It is Martin Estevez as well.
It's
Charlie
not.
took the
No,
Sheen.
it's not. It's not Martin. It's Carlos.
It's Carlos Est. Yep. And it's not
It's
even Martin.
Carlos.
Yeah.
It's Carlos Estevez, and
Yep.
which is the Spanish version of Charles, and so that's where you got
Oh,
Charlie Sheen.
there we go.
So
There we go.
yeah. So I think that's pretty sure that's Carlos Estevez. So
And now you know the rest of the story.
and now you know, and then we have a little star go across the screen. The
The
more you
more
know.
you know.
The more you know. Well, hey, this is a fun going back. This has been a fun episode going back
Oh
and
yeah.
forth, and um, just want to say thank you everybody for coming out and listening to us and or watching us. We're here on Podbean, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on YouTube. All of our email addresses and our contact information has been on the screen the whole time, and we appreciate everybody listening, liking, sharing, doing what they need to do. We'll have some merch. We have some merch links as well if you want to do that. Um, but video games are fun. They're fun to kind of look at, fun to play, fun to try to get those high scores or hit those home runs.
Yep.
And I think the big thing is as you get older is don't let them overtake your life because they can really get in the way of what we need to be doing as far if we have family and whatnot. So
Yep.
with that said, I just want to say thank you once again for listening to us, and also want to let you know I'm praying for you.
And no matter where you've been, no matter who you've become, no matter who you've been around, you can come home. The Father loves you. Jesus is here waiting on you. May God bless you.
God bless. Take care.
Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba.